people who've been writing about this Special Investment Facilitation Council have mentioned that, it's almost like a similar arrangement was sort of put in place when Musharraf was in power. It was called the CIRC at that point of time, the Commercial and Investment Restructuring Council or some such thing.
Yes.
There again, there was a lot of hype about attracting investment and so on and so forth. But why I mentioned this is that at that point of time, the international situation was different. The geopolitical situation was different, and Pakistan was in a much more was in a happier place, so to speak, in the sense that it had a certain geostrategic importance at that point of time in the global war on terror, which the Americans were sort of fully backing. They were the initiators of the global war on terror, and so the dollars flowed into Pakistan. But today, I think Pakistan's geostrategic importance is greatly diminished. And so I don't think it's going to be that the dollars are going to flow in as they used to once upon a time. I'm sure countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, despite the religious factor and so on and so forth, which obviously I think the present army chief is banking on Islamic solidarity. He has a soft corner for the Islamic fraternity. That is really where he comes from, and that is why I always felt that he is more in the Zia-ul Haq mold rather than in the Musharraf mold. But I'm sure these countries are also going to put their money where their mouth is. And with the political situation being so uncertain in Pakistan, there is really no incentive, so to speak, for them to invest in. Even the much touted CPEC. In fact, the SIFC is supposed to actually put the CPEC into the shade.
Right.
But look at the CPEC.
Where is it now? Yeah.
Absolutely against the figures of, say, 60 billion, 62 billion and all that used to be talked about in the past. I think the actual figures are possibly something in the range of 20 to 25 billion at the most.
And that too after a decade almost.
Absolutely a decade. And it's hardly led to, any substantial or tangible or visible improvement in the Pakistani economy. Pakistan, in fact, is far weaker economically than it was when the CPEC was, talked of as a game changer.
Right.
So if the example of the CPEC is anything to go by, then I think all this talk of the SIFC also is, I would say, I would call it a pipe dream.